is that time again when we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Kupiti, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for this Wednesday. It is the 15th day of October. Yeah, it is. Reminding you as always that it is a good day to have a good day in a good way. It's classic. I'm Gordon. So happy to be with you this morning once again. Hoping you had a great night's rest if you had that luxury of rest, because there are those who work throughout the night. It is always said that sleep in the day does not compensate for sleep lost at night, yeah? But nonetheless, you've got to do what you've got to do. As for me, early rest is the doctor's orders, so I obey my physicians. Sylvina Charles, good morning. Yulin Alexander, where is Mildred this morning? Glenda, good morning. Glenda, touch base, please. Hope you're doing well. All those of you out there in the diaspora, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. I hope that all is well, that you had a good night, and I hope all is going fine, man. And those of you out there in the U.S., good morning. It's Wednesday, and we say, dear Lord, you've brought us to the beginning of another blessed Wednesday. Thank you. We're praying that your blessings and favor will follow us throughout the rest of the week. Father, we praise you in advance for our daily bread and for keeping a roof over our heads. May you continue to heal us, open doors for the unemployed, comfort those who mourn, take away all pain and anxiety, and deliver us from the evil ones. Thank you for your daily provision and protection in the precious name of Jesus. Amen. Love and be loved. I love this. Let's see what is the other one he sends to. Wednesday's blessings. Now the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing that you may abound in hope through the power of the Holy Ghost. And that's coming from Romans 15 and verse 13. Thank you, Rev. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's 24 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. All right. Hope all is well. Can any one of you identify with the song that is being played in the background? Yeah, I do. Destined to Win Overcomer, good morning. Jillian McIntyre, good morning. Yeah, there comes Yulin. Amen, amen, amen. Yoland Swan, good morning. Hey, Mildred, please touch base, all right? Miss Wells, good morning. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you had a safe trip. Good morning to Mommy Wells, Salisbury Road. Have a great day as always. Be positive, be as nice as you are. 23 minutes on to 7 o'clock. It's Wednesday. Midweek, some folks call it. Rita Williams, good morning. Monica Mayrose Williams, good morning. Daddy Godwin, Miss Joan, good morning. Kenneth, Kathian, Solange, and Zuri, good morning. Auntie, good morning to you. And, there are folks out there. Folks, let us be nice to our mentally challenged individuals in our society, all right? Reach out to them as best as you can. And if you can't reach out to them positively, don't reach out to them negatively, all right? If you can't do something good to them or say something good to them, just turn the other way. Don't make matters worse. Don't make a bad matter worse, okay? Reach out to them. Remember, it's also Child Month. It's the month of the elderly also. A whole lot of celebrities this month. All right, to look out for our nation's children as well. My soul cries out. It's okay to cry out to him because he always listens. Yeah. The word of the day today, that word is, let me tell you, that word today is benevolent. Benevolent. B-E-N-E-V-O-L-E-N-T. Benevolent.
it moves me.
It means kind and well-meaning.
Chaos in the air.
Kind and well-meaning.
They say,
A lot of denominations have benevolent ministries.
men in their loveless wicked ways.
Yeah, benevolent.
To bring on World War III in these last days. Oh Lord, and you
Kind and well-meaning.
get straight at the heart.
Are you a benevolent person?
Brings me to my knees and he cries.
Do you display acts of benevolence?
Father, my soul cries out.
Here's how we can use that word in a sentence.
Soul cries
Of a benevolent leader worked tirelessly for her community.
out. Father, save
Yeah.
people.
Coincidentally tied in with the things that I just said, to reach out to, the mentally challenged, the elderly, the children. Man, reach out to your neighbors today, all right? Good morning, Lauren Salim. How you doing? How is everybody? How is home? How is Joan? Everybody's fine, right? Okay, good morning. Happy to see that Mildred is with us now. Tamika Schoolgirl Felix, good morning to you and your father. Good morning to the folks in Barrett and Belplain. Razum Baptiste and family. Morning, good morning, good morning. Teacher Mary, the critical eye, good morning to you.
To know in some places they're still persecuting people. Death to those who acknowledge you.
The motivational tip of the day is up next.
Moves me when
Yes, good morning, Mildred. I've been asking for you, right?
resistance with foolish explanations.
Sea Moon and Pearls, good morning. Dunfermline, Paradise, Lakabeke, Mount Horn, Paraclete, good morning.
To solve in
Mr. and Mrs. Rush,
my soul cries.
Mr. Ramsey Rush, Miss Ingrid Rush, good morning.
My soul cries.
Ian Baker, good morning to you.
My soul cries out before I open me.
Reverend Samuel Caesar and the folks at Crossroads Radio and East Flatbush, good morning.
Your people.
Take action, not just ideas.
Rest come out.
Ideas are only valuable when you act on them.
To all of
Turn your thoughts into real, tangible steps.
calling.
It's okay to think big, alright? We always say think big.
That this is
But when you think big, you should act bigger. You understand what I'm saying? Take action. Ideas are only valuable when you act on them. Turn your thoughts into real, tangible steps.
my
It's not sufficient to think alone.
cries out in prayer.
Yeah, it's good to think because that's where it all starts. But you've got to take steps. Baby steps initially, and then when you get in the rhythm of life, you start to explode. Yeah. Good morning, Claude, Terry, and Suzanne from Eco Blue. Good morning. Alan Jones, my brethren, what's going on, man?
The way you operate
How are you doing? Hope all is well.
moves me.
Folks, what's buzzing this morning? Let's see what's buzzing, what's making the rounds this morning. Grenada and Taraba State in Nigeria forge closer economic partnership. Grenada marks Child Month 2025 with focus on health, safety, and shared responsibility. In the region, the U.S. hits another vessel off Venezuela. 6 killed in latest anti-drug strike. Is it really anti-drug strike? How come you're saying anti-drug strike, but we're not seeing any evidence that there was drugs and narcotics in the vessels? This is scary stuff. If I am a fisherman in these territories, I will be afraid to go out to fish. You understand what I'm saying? You might see a cooler or something, a container on the boat, and feel it's narcotics, and just like that, braps, you evaporate me. That cannot be right. It's not right. Internationally, major U.S. news outlets reject the Pentagon's new reporting restrictions. And in sports, Grenada senior women's face Costa Rica in crucial CONCACAF qualifier. That's in football. And we also hear that Jet Setters Sports Club heads to St. Vincent for the annual Thanksgiving games. Those are the stories buzzing. We've got more.
My soul cries out to you. My soul cries out. Before I open my mouth,
Save your people, man.
Save your people.
Calm down, Father, calm down.
Before my parents come out.
The evidence is clear. The end is near. Trust me. When you look at people are killing people as though it's sandflies.
For us to draw near.
You know, you suspect something and you just kill someone. Do you realize that when you kill someone, that's it?
You, Father, help us see.
What happens to their family? What happens to their loved one? What happens to their communities?
Let there be
Come on.
to live on.
Where's your humanity?
Soul cry out, my soul cry out with fear. My soul cry out, my soul cry out.
Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather comes up right after these messages. I'm angry.
My soul cries out to you. My soul cries out. Before I open my mouth, my soul cries out.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. New home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you. With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card. Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
Residents of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, have you ever wondered how you can benefit from Grenada's Citizenship by Investment program? Join the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada for the next IMA Symposium Series on October 22nd at 5:30 p.m. at the Mermaid Hotel Conference Room, Carriacou. This public forum will explore how local developers and those aspiring to become developers can access new earning opportunities through the CBI program. Hear from key experts representing the Investment Migration Agency, the CBI Committee, and the Grenada Investment Development Corporation as they discuss recent regulatory changes designed to expand local participation. This is your chance to gain insight, ask questions, and discover how you can be part of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique's development story. Don't miss it. Join the conversation on October 22nd at 5:30 p.m. at the Mermaid Hotel Conference Room.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. Coming up in the news, Grenada and Taraba State in Nigeria forge closer economic partnership. Grenada marks Child Month 2025 with focus on health, safety, and shared responsibility. In the region, U.S. hits another vessel off Venezuela, 6 killed in latest anti-drug strike. Internationally, major news U.S. news outlets reject Pentagon's new reporting restrictions. And in sports, Grenada's senior women's football team face off Costa Rica in crucial CONCACAF qualifier. And Jet Setters Sports Club heads to St. Vincent for annual Thanksgiving games. The details to this and more right after these messages.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Welcome to Caracou, small in size, rich in spirit. As you step off the boat, you're greeted by smiling faces and warm island vibes. Your adventure begins here. Need a cozy place to stay? The Mermaid Beach Hotel has been a favorite for years. Waterfront views, clean comfort, and located in the town. In Bogles, the Roundhouse Cottages offers rustic charm with a touch of elegance. A peaceful hideaway surrounded by nature. Prefer something private? Dong Island Villas gives you space, sea breeze, and a home away from home feel. Wake up to the sound of waves and views that stretch for miles. We're ready to welcome you. When are you coming?
Good morning, everyone. With the news in details, I am Gordon Joseph. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell has pledged to strengthen economic ties with Taraba State, Nigeria, with a focus on cooperation in agriculture, trade, and investment. According to a Radio Nigeria report on Tuesday, the commitment was made during a state visit by to Governor Agbu Kefas at the T.Y. Danjuma Government House in Jalingo. According to the report, Prime Minister Mitchell expressed optimism that the partnership would boost food security and promote sustainable development in both regions. Highlighting the value of stronger links between the Caribbean and Africa, Mitchell reportedly pointed to the shared cultural and historical ties that can support meaningful progress. Both leaders plan to sign a memorandum of understanding and discuss strategies for developing key sectors of Taraba's economy. Governor Kefas welcomed the Grenadian delegation, describing the visit as a milestone in Taraba's pursuit of global partnerships and affirming his commitment to a mutually beneficial relationship that offers prosperity for both peoples. Meanwhile, Grenadians are awaiting the government's response after confirmation that the United States has formally requested to deploy radar equipment and technical personnel at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that the proposal is being carefully reviewed by the Ministries of National Security, Legal Affairs, and Foreign Affairs, along with the Grenada Airports Authority. Officials state that a decision will be made only after thorough technical and legal assessment, with Grenada's sovereignty and national interest as guiding principles. In a related story, former Senate President Chester Humphrey is calling for a full parliamentary debate on the U.S. request to install military radar systems at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. As the government reviews the proposal, Humphrey emphasized on the October 13th broadcast on Beyond the Headlines that such a significant decision should not be made without transparency and robust national consultation. He warned that the radar request, while officially linked to anti-drug trafficking efforts, could have deeper implications for Grenada's sovereignty and security, possibly relating to wider regional strategies involving Venezuela. Humphrey urged Grenadians to insist on careful, consultative handling of foreign requests and for the government to uphold peace and sovereignty through proper parliamentary procedures. Grenada is marking Child Month 2025 under the theme, My Health, My Safety, or Responsibility. In her address, Minister for Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Gloria Ann Thomas, urged parents, teachers, policymakers, and all citizens to recognize that protecting children's health and safety is a shared national responsibility. Minister Thomas highlighted ongoing government initiatives, including strengthening the Child Protection Authority, expanding psychosocial support services, and providing free tuition and school feeding programs to support children's well-being. She also encouraged the children to take an active role in caring for themselves and called on adults to empower young people to speak up and trust their instincts. Throughout October, community groups, schools, and churches are encouraged to host activities that promote health, mental wellness, and safe spaces, reaffirming Grenada's commitment to nurturing and safeguarding every child. And finally, on the local front, Camper and Nicholson's Port Louis Marina, in partnership with Sol Grenada Limited, has introduced a new marine fueling system to enhance services for yachts and super yachts in the Southern Caribbean. The system is designed to meet modern technical requirements while upholding safety and service standards for both local and visiting vessels. At the launch ceremony, attended by Acting Prime Minister Lennox Andrews and other key officials, speakers highlighted the system's role in strengthening Grenada's yachting sector and tourism infrastructure. General Manager Zara Trimlett called the investment a cornerstone in providing world-class amenities, while Sol Grenada's Colin Francis emphasized reliable, high-quality fuel. Port Louis Marina offers 227 berths, full facilities, and on-site customs and immigration, making Grenada a top yachting destination. That story concludes the first segment of news, the local segment. Stay with us, the regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather. They're straight ahead. In the region, the United States has carried out another strike on a vessel off the coast of Venezuela, resulting in the deaths of 6 people, according to President Donald Trump. In a statement posted on Truth Social, President Trump claimed that targeted vessels belonged to a narco-terrorist and was trafficking narcotics. This marks the 5th such strike by the Trump administration on boats accused of drug trafficking in international waters since September. So far, at least 27 people have been reported killed in these operations. However, the U.S. has not released evidence or specific details regarding the identities of the vessels or those on board. The strikes have drawn criticism from legal experts, some of whom argue that the U.S. may be breaching international law. Neighboring countries, including Colombia and Venezuela, have condemned the actions. Now, looking further afield, French Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu has announced his support for suspending President Emmanuel Macron's controversial 2023 pension reform, which raised the retirement age from 62 to 64. Addressing Parliament, Lecornu said he will propose suspending the reform until the 2027 presidential election, a move that was met with applause from left-wing MPs. The announcement comes as the government faces key votes of no confidence later this week. Lecornu, who was reappointed Prime Minister last week, just days after resigning, now seeks the backing of socialist MPs to help his government survive the parliamentary challenges. The pension changes have been a central point of Macron's presidency and sparked widespread debate. Prominent U.S. news organizations, including the New York Times, the Washington Post, and CNN, have refused to comply with a new Pentagon policy that restricts journalists' access to the building unless they agree to report only information officially authorized by the Department of Defense. The outlets argue that the policy threatens press freedom and have declined to sign the guidelines. The Pentagon has said that reporters who do not sign by 1700 Eastern Time on Tuesday must surrender their credentials and leave the premises. In response to the pushback, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth posted a hand-waving emoji on X indicating a dismissive farewell to the departing journalist. And folks, 1700 Eastern Time is similar to 5 p.m. our time, right? And finally, an increasing number of Americans are turning to GoFundMe to help cover the cost of groceries and daily essentials. Fortune reported that on Monday. GoFundMe CEO Tim Cadogan noted a surge in campaigns for everyday items, a shift from the platform's usual focus on medical bills and emergencies. The trend highlights how ongoing inflation and higher borrowing costs are straining household budgets, with cumulative price hikes for food and rent still impacting families. Many, particularly younger and lower income households, have already exhausted strategies such as switching brands or using credit cards. Cadogan also suggested that a major generational wealth transfer could play a role if donors prioritize basic needs like food security. And that brings us to the end of the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sports and the weather. They're straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. All eyes will be at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on November 29th as Grenada's senior women's national football team takes on Costa Rica in a high-stakes CONCACAF women's qualifier. Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m. Grenada's squad features a vibrant mix of local talent and returning scholarship athletes from the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada, with several players making their national team debut. This pivotal match marks a key moment in Grenada's regional campaign as the Spice Girls aim to make a strong impression. Fans are encouraged to pack the stands and support the team in what promises to be an intense and exciting encounter. The Jet Setters Sports Club of Grenada will host its annual retreat by way of the Thanksgiving Games in St. Vincent and the Grenadines from October 17th to the 20th, 2025. Over 4 days, Jet Setters senior female, junior female, and male netball teams will compete in netball and volleyball matches against top SVG teams. Founded in 2018, the club is dedicated to youth, sports, and community outreach, having produced several national players. Traditionally held in Carriacou and Petite Martinique, this year's event features a 26-member delegation traveling to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for a tri-series and cultural activities. The retreat follows June's successful clash of the Grenadines 3-0 tournament, supporting the club's mission of sports tourism and Caribbean youth empowerment. And finally, South Africa qualified for the 2026 World Cup after a 3-0 victory over Rwanda in Mbombela on Tuesday, topping Group C with 18 points, one ahead of Nigeria. Valente Mbatha and Oswin Opolis scored in the first half, while Evidence Makagopa added a third goal in the second half. Nigeria finished second despite a 4-0 win over Benin, with Victor Osimhen netting a hat-trick. This marks South Africa's fourth World Cup appearance, having previously qualified in 1998, 2002, and as hosts in 2010. South Africa overcame setbacks, including dropped points and a points deduction, and needed both a win over Rwanda and a Nigeria victory to secure qualification. That's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports during our luncheon edition and at our primetime newscast. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster Cassia Johnson at the forecast desk at the MBIA for this morning's weather forecast. Good morning, Cassie.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Wednesday, 15th October 2025. Currently at the airport, conditions are fair. Winds are from the east-southeast at 13 miles per hour. Pressure 10.6 millibars, which is below normal and rising. Present temperature 29.3 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 75%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 32.2 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature last night 27.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was no rainfall at the airport, hence the total for the month remains at 12.8 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast, valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be generally fair with a few brief isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. Today's maximum temperature 32.0 degrees Celsius. Winds east-southeasterly to south-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate, waves 2 to 4 feet in open waters. Tides are currently rising and will be high at midday, low at 4:30 p.m. Sunset today 5:48, sunrise tomorrow 5:57. Again, the weather is expected to be generally fair with a few brief isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. From the Met Office, I am Cassia Johnson.
Thank you very much, Cassia. Have yourself a wonderful day now. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited. It's 6 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. On the local scene, we heard that Grenada and Taraba State in Nigeria forged closer economic partnership. Grenada marks Child Month 2025 with focus on health, safety, and shared responsibility. In the region, the U.S. hits another vessel off Venezuela, 6 killed in latest anti-drug strike. Internationally, major U.S. news outlets reject Pentagon's new reporting restrictions. And in sports, Grenada's senior women's football team face Costa Rica in crucial CONCACAF qualifier, and Jet Setters Sports Club heads to St. Vincent for the annual Thanksgiving games. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. The traffic report comes up shortly.
Welcome to Caracou. Small in size, rich in spirit. As you step off the boat, you're greeted by smiling faces and warm island vibes. Your adventure begins here. Need a cozy place to stay? The Mermaid Beach Hotel has been a favorite for years. Waterfront views, clean comfort, and located in the town. In Bogles, the Roundhouse Cottages offers rustic charm with a touch of elegance. A peaceful hideaway surrounded by nature. Prefer something private? Dong Island Villas gives you space, sea breeze, and a home away from home feel. Wake up to the sound of waves and views that stretch for miles. We're ready to welcome you. When are you coming?
Residents of Caracou and Petit Martinique, have you ever wondered how you can benefit from Grenada's Citizenship by Investment program? Join the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada for the next IMA Symposium Series on October 22nd at 5:30 p.m. at the Mermaid Hotel Conference Room, Caracou. This public forum will explore how local developers and those aspiring to become developers can access new earning opportunities through the CBI program. Hear from key experts representing the Investment Migration Agency, the CBI Committee, and the Grenada Investment Development Corporation as they discuss recent regulatory changes designed to expand local participation. This is your chance to gain insight, ask questions, and discover how you can be part of Grenada, Caracou, and Petit Martinique's development story. Don't miss it. Join the conversation on October 22nd at 5:30 p.m. at the Mermaid Hotel Conference Room.
Grenada, let's celebrate the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert on Sunday, November 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center with the best of Grenada along with the Black Prince and the Pink Panther. Our partners, Hubbard's, GBN, Grenada Paper Products, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clacks Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenville Credit Union, Bryden and Miners, Agents 4, Johnny Walker, Smirnoff Vodka, and Campari, Renwick Thompson and Company Limited, Pierre Marcel, Hard On Plus, Gittins Healthcare, Dollar Savers Auto Parts, Rise and Shine Supermarket, Springs Food Mart, Excel Plaza, Clem Vision Eye Center, Chillaxing Cafe, Answer Coating, Victory Bar, Blue Bubba's PA Rental and Events Supply, Chateau de la Motte, Grenada, Captain Harris Apartments, Gem Holiday, Beach Resorts, Dana's City Inn, Glen Egg, Spring Water, and the Grenada Trade Center. Sunday, November 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center, the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Please be seated by 4 p.m. Hubbard's Legends in Concert.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Caracou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
The Ministry of Agriculture is inviting all of Grenada to join in the national observance of World Food Day 2025, guided by the theme Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future. Our national celebrations will run from October 13th, culminating with the grand exhibition at the Old Trafford Playing Field, Tantine, on Friday, October 17th, 2025. Let us all unite to make this year's event the very best, connecting householders, farmers, agricultural partners, schools, and community groups. International World Food Day observance, October 16th. National World Food Day celebrations, October 13th to the 17th. Be a part of Grenada's food security drive.
At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. We also supply black tanks and plumbing supplies. Wholesale prices available on selected items. Visit the Oasis Pet and Garden today, conveniently located along the Wester Hall Main Road, Wester Hall, St. David's, and Melville Street, St. George's. Now serving you at 2 locations. Visit us today for all your pet and garden needs.
Welcome, viewers and listeners, to the conversation, and we are expecting a Rise as Money Wise program, but in the interim, we'll just start a conversation. There's something that someone asked about earlier, I think it was yesterday or so, when someone was claiming that there's nothing happening at the work site in that area in Clogie. And are you from that area? What's happening up there? We will put together some information because we do have some report from Mr. Blash, who is the Chief Technical Officer in that ministry. So we will have some more information as it relates to that. What's happening in your neck of the woods? What's happening that you'd like to bring to the fore? We have a brief window. As soon as the representative from Ariza gets here, we'll take a commercial break and head into our Money Wise program. This morning we should be talking about stocks and bonds. All right, and of course I want us to be as brief and as respectful as possible. Good morning, caller.
Oh, good morning.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, what are we talking about this morning?
Anything that you want to talk about? Or anything
Okay,
you want to bring to the...
I want to touch on the Americans, the Washington offer that they made to us.
Okay.
I think that the idea or the suggestion that the Prime Minister should take it to CARICOM is a good thing. So if we're negotiating for everybody in the Caribbean, not just for Grenada alone, for everybody in the Caribbean, not like in Trinidad. Trinidad negotiate for themselves. But
Okay.
we're not a selfish people and we are God-fearing people. So I think it would be a good idea for the Prime Minister to take it to CARICOM and we all get involved.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, it is often said there are many ways to skin a cat, right? So,
That's true.
so, in the final analysis, I just think that the decision that has to be made must be a true reflection of not just Grenada, but how it will impact on the region.
That's right.
Yeah, that's my take. Okay.
That's what I think too.
All right. Thank you for your input this morning. All right. Good morning. I want to say good morning to Mr. Brave Boy out there in Corinth. You know, we're having a conversation yesterday, and oh boy. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Thank you, Gordon. Good morning to you and your listeners.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, thank you. I totally agree with this caller. You know, I think that yes, we are a sovereign nation, and in the final analysis, we have to make decisions based on our sovereignty. But we are a small nation, and so I think that we should have discussions with CARICOM. We should have discussions with our friends internationally, right? The main thing I want to say, however, is that I am really, really concerned about the ship or the boats that the U.S. is blowing up in international waters. If you listen to the response when they ask them concerning the evidence that they have, they are not giving any evidence that the people or the boats are actually related to drugs. And as a matter of fact, they were very nonchalant about it, and they practically almost laugh and say, well, you know, don't go fishing in the Caribbean. So they know that they are affecting our way of life. They're preventing our people from going out to fish. And this is really, really ridiculous. And I think this is something that CARICOM and other nations should really take up seriously. So let us please begin to look at those things. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, my guest has arrived, so we take a commercial break and get into the Arise and MoneyWise program. But before I go off, I'd like to say happy birthday to Isaiah Williams of Concord in St. John. You are celebrating your 8th birthday today. Well, you've got birthday greetings coming from your dear mom, Malisa, and of course, Papayo. Enjoy it to the fullest. I know that your mom and the entire family circle will ensure that you have a great day. Folks, we take a commercial break. When we come back, it's Arise's MoneyWise program. Don't you go anywhere.
Ma, you going in town again?
Yes, girl. I'm going to send money for Uncle Monty.
Ma, you know you don't have to go all the way in town to do that.
So how else you go get it? You go and bring it?
We could just send it for them.
Send it? Mm-hmm. Send it how?
Wire transfer.
Wire what?
Wire transfer. Come, let me show you how.
Yup, that's right. With Co-op Bank's wire transfer feature, sending money abroad is a breeze. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home. Come on out, Grenada. Let's move to live. Sunday, October 26, 2025. Fitness walk beginning with warm-up at 2 p.m. at Progress Park St. Andrew. Organize your churches, clubs, family, and community. Great prizes to be won. Call 442-7450 to order your t-shirts now. Features and attractions galore to keep you moving. Hosted by the Health and Youth Departments of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Do you have multiple loan payments? Is your debt weighing you down? Ariza has the solution. Simplify your loan with Ariza's Simplify Loan promotion. Now you can combine all your payments into one easy, manageable loan. Enjoy lower interest rates, flexible repayment terms, and more cash in hand for what truly matters. Less stress, more freedom. Live comfortably while reaching your financial goals. Ariza helps you simplify your life because you deserve financial freedom. Apply now. Visit any Ariza branch or WhatsApp us at 423-4987.
Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, and welcome to the segment Ariza's MoneyWise. And this morning I'm joined again by my dear friend, Natasha Marquez Celestin.
Give me all the names you want to give me.
Sylvester, yes. Sylvester. I don't know why the Sylvester not sticking.
I don't know. I think it's the Marquez you like, so you like the rule of the town.
Yeah. I'm Spanish in nature,
Aye.
And of course, this morning we're talking, as always, Ariza is always doing their best to educate the populace financially and providing all the financial services that we need and so forth. But along that, they also bent on educating the public. And this month we're talking quite a lot about investment. Last week we spoke, and the week before we had Kerry Pierre here talking about the government bonds and so forth, and we were looking at investment instruments or tools or whatever you want to call them. And today we're talking about stocks and shares. So good morning and welcome again.
Good morning, Innocent, and thank you for having me again.
Yes.
And good morning to your viewers and listeners.
Nice. So, from an investment perspective, first I want us to get my audience to understand what is stock. What is a stock?
Okay, so most people use the terms interchangeably. There's a slight difference, but not significant enough for us to dwell on it too much. Essentially, what you're doing is purchasing ownership in a company. So you own a part of, you're using your money to buy a part of a company. So share stocks essentially is another way that you can build your wealth or make your monies grow a little bit faster than, or get greater value from it. Remember last week we were talking about that, than just having it sitting in an account.
In a savings account.
Yeah, that's earning you maybe 2% or less.
Right. So in essence, there isn't really a marked difference between when we hear people talking about I'm trading on the stock market or the shares in a company. Is there a difference?
Well, if you look at it broadly, I mean, it's all equities, and equities is about ownership. Essentially, I think it's a matter of nomenclature or history, but there isn't any big difference between the two. People refer to the stock market or the stock exchange, for instance, or what is called a stock exchange.
Yeah.
But the what's traded on the stock exchange is equities, which is shares. So, I don't think
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how important or how significant, especially in our region, and looking at us in the ECCU, how popular and how significant is stock or shares?
Let's stick to shares.
Shares. Okay.
Well, in our region, in the ECCU, for instance, I mean, we know of the Eastern Caribbean Securities Exchange, and it's called the ECSM, so Eastern Caribbean Securities Market.
Right.
And in there, when you go on, I would again direct you to the website. Remember, this is a journey, so we're doing financial investing, so we have to do a little research and a little toggling and a little, drill down. Yeah. So go to the website. You would see the second tab, I believe, has two things. They would have the Regional Government Securities Market, or what we know as debt securities, and you're going to see equities. Now, equities is where you're going to see a listing of all the companies that are trading on the exchange, which, of course, would be selling shares if they have available. Now, if we step back a bit, when a company is formed, you should be telling me this, in a sense. When a company is formed, what happens? Yeah. They have, in most of the company documents, you would see their authorized sales, say 1 million shares.
Yeah.
And the shares is either belonging to the owner of the company, or the owner of the company may choose to sell shares for different reasons, to raise capital.
Working capital and other things. Spread the risk.
Right. And that is an opportunity for an investor just coming in. Remember, we're building a portfolio. So last week we talked about bonds and we talked about government securities. Now we want to add a little equities in there. So we might want to acquire a couple of shares. On the market, there are roughly about, say, 15, maybe a little bit more companies listed. It doesn't mean that if a company is off the market, you can't buy shares. Those that are listed on the market, though, you have to use a broker to purchase or to sell. So you might have some shares in Dam Lake or Lucy Lake, or one of the companies listed there, and you might figure, okay, I'm in a little bit of a liquidity crunch, or I need some cash fast, and I might have to sell it. Now, the difference is the sale of a share might be a little bit more complicated than just selling a piece of a bond or treasury bill, because of the fact that you first have to find a buyer.
So you have to sort of advertise it.
Correct.
Say, well, I have some shares that I need to get rid of.
Right. And then the only way, for those on the market, the only way you could probably do that is if you go, is not the only way you could probably, the only way you could do that is through a broker. Right. You can go on the newspaper and put up an ad and say, hey, I have 10,000 shares in whatever that I would like to sell. You can't do that.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No.
Right.
Before, long time before, when the market was not yet fully operational, you could have. But remember, we have what is called the Eastern Caribbean Securities Regulatory Commission. That's a long one, which regulates the securities market. So things like that will be flagged, and you'll probably get a very stern letter to cease and desist or something like that. Instantaneously. It has happened there.
Okay.
So, but these are available. I mean, there are lots of companies that are not listed that are profitable and are locally owned, and they have shareholders locally. I can name them.
Yeah, because you're giving them promotion and all kind of thing. You'd have to pay for that.
But there are companies that are doing well.
Okay.
And
let me ask this: for an ordinary Grenadian now who's listening, right? And they often do. Sometimes that's why I open my WhatsApp, because sometimes after we conclude the program, I go to WhatsApp and I see a pertinent question that someone needed some clarification or answer to. The ordinary Grenadian hearing this, what we're doing now, and saying, but wait now, boy, I had that money just gathering moss on our account there where I could have sought investment opportunities and, gain on the returns. How does that person search locally and also get to know what we've already told them, that it's not when you're dealing in that, you look locally, but you can also look on the regional market where the Eastern Caribbean Security Exchange and look. How does someone just come forth and say, listen, I want to invest in a company?
To invest in a company that's listed, you would have to go to a broker. Of course, I wouldn't just tell you to jump and go to a broker and say, okay, what do you have available? Oh, before I continue though, I would tell you that if you're a member of Ariza or any credit union, you're already a shareholder. You already have equities in your portfolio.
Right.
Because step one to becoming a member of Ariza,
you must buy shares.
You must buy shares. Yeah. So right there and then, and actually you might actually have probably the highest paying share right now, because
if you're in
Ariza,
okay.
Because this is how it happens. You when you purchase a share, the share is, as I said, ownership in the company. The share's value is basically determined by a number of things, but the return on your purchase is actually the dividends that you're paid. And every annual general meeting, dividends is declared, not just for Ariza, for every company, and listed or not listed, and that is where you get your return. In our case, our last one was like 5%. So, I mean,
that's good.
That is good.
Yeah,
and so, if you want to buy more shares in Ariza, you can, which means that your return will, of course, increase.
Okay. Is there? Having said that, is there a caption on the number of shares you can purchase in Ariza?
Each company has limits based on the business registration information, but I don't believe that we have a cap on how many shares. And in Ariza, I think you can actually, if you, for instance, you want to get rid of your shares, you could sell it back. Well, the credit unions generally.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But there isn't.
Okay.
So you can feel free to come and put your millions there. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. I might just buy over the credit union.
Well, I mean, yeah, anything is possible, This is 2026 approaching, eh?
Yeah. So,
but sorry.
Back to you.
Back to me.
Yes.
Yes. But so generally, there are ways to find out whether or not their shares are available for sale. Locally, companies who have shares available for sale would most likely, that's those not listed on the exchange, can indicate that there's a share offering coming up. They would probably issue something like a prospectus, which would tell you, a little bit of the company history, because you can't just jump. You have to do some research, see the company's financial history, things like, have they been paying dividends over the last 5 years? That would give you an indication, well, okay, that means that they are actually sharing with the shareholders. Some companies would be doing well, but they hold back. They do retained earnings. They keep back some of their profits to reinvest into the company. Maybe they might need improvements in technology or something, and so they would use the profits to do that as opposed to paying dividends to shareholders.
But is that done in agreement with the shareholder, or they just
Well, it is brought to the annual general meeting for approval.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because each, remember, as a shareholder, you do have a say. Of course, majority shareholder, the majority wins.
Yeah.
In terms of the decisions that are made. So, which is why they always tell you you have to vote.
Right.
So, that happens at the AGM.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're saying that it's safe. It is safe. Shares is a safe way. Shares is, we're looking at shares, right? Shares is a safe way to invest your money after doing thorough research on the entity that you're going to purchase the shares from.
Okay, so in every investment there is risk. So I guess that is where you're heading with me. In the case of shares, you have to be cognizant of the fact that the return on your investment is not as straightforward as it would be for government securities, let's say, government security, because of the fact that it is dependent on the performance of the company. So if I own piece in a company, I usually do everything in my power to support the company.
Make sure it's successful.
Yes. So if I own piece in Hubbards or piece in Cable and Wireless, you would see my phone is from Cable and Wireless, and my building material, etc., will come from Hubbards because of the fact that I own piece there. So the revenue that they make,
you want the returns.
Yeah. But
you're fattening your cow.
Correct is right. So you have to support.
Yes.
So it's a little bit of a psyche, but the truth of the matter is, your return there in terms of ensuring that you have your funds that you would have invested safe and secure is a little bit more risky than government security because of the fact that it is not dependent solely on I put my money, I get it back. When you buy a share, you put your money in there. To get it back might be a little bit more complicated than just at the end of a period you get it back. At the end of a period you don't get it back because it's supposed to be a longer term. Right. So it has to ferment a little bit more in order to give you the returns that you're probably looking for. In some cases you have people buying shares and you don't really get a return on it. Maybe 10 years, you might not even be around when the return actually comes, if the company is still...
Right. So, it could be a generational investment as well, because correct. I do know of situations where there are people who are cashing in on investments that their grandmother or grandfather would have undertaken, and they are cashing in now, and so it could be a generational investment.
If you are doing that kind of financial planning, yes, it could be, and a very good one at that, because I would tell you, I have friends who would have had shares, whose parents and grandparents would have had shares. They pass it on, and now at the time they probably paid $2 for it. Now it's what 11, 12, some of it $45 per share.
Okay.
So it could be generational. It could be an excellent thing to have in your portfolio. Okay. But don't look for immediate returns, because.
And another question that I know some of my audience members would be looking at is, in purchasing your shares, is it discussed as to what? Firstly, okay, I'm purchasing shares, and what is the rate of payment on
you mean
dividends?
The share price?
Yes.
No, dividends is not determined in the beginning of the share purchase. Dividends is based on the profitability of the company in a particular financial year. So you are not going to know that, hey, I'm going to get 5% on my purchase until the auditors come in, they audit the books, they say, okay, they declare this amount is our profits for the year, and we can pay X amount in dividends. Then it goes to the AGM, and the AGM then approves, or they wouldn't disapprove if I get in dividends. I got approved for you to get repayment. What happens at the beginning, if you're talking about the share price, which means how much do I pay for the share? Those on the market is demand and supply. So, for instance, the last traded price. If again, I'm sending you back to the website. If you go there, you would see last traded price, which is what an investor is willing to pay for the share, and what the seller, whoever it is, maybe a person or the company itself, is willing to accept. Okay. So check it out.
So you look for the best deal.
You look for the best deal, and it's negotiable because again, it's demand and supply. I might have shares, and I am not willing to part with it for less than $15, but you might just be willing to pay $11. So we had to have a come to Jesus moment where we decide, all right, we'll settle at $12.
Okay.
And then the broker facilitates that kind of interaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So time gone.
Yeah, I'm staying long with you today.
But I want us to end by making that comparison between purchasing shares from private entities as it differ from purchasing bonds or securities from government in terms of the fixed rates.
Okay. All right. So in the case of government security, your capital is usually maintained. When I say capital, the amount of money that you spend to purchase it is usually maintained because the governments are borrowing this money for a particular time period. So bonds, 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, treasury bills, 90 days, 180 days, 365 days. In the case of a share, your money is injected into, injected into the company, and it stays in that company to help the finances of the company and hopefully contribute to its profitability. At which point, you would have to wait until the time, you never specified time period because after a year, you might not get a return. After 2 years, you might not get a return. There are companies that you buy shares in and you don't get a return until probably year 3, depending on the stage of the company, what they're doing, and
if it's going through its teething phase and everything like that.
Correct. So you have to be cognizant of the fact that if you're buying shares, be prepared that it may be at a stage where you have to wait until you actually see the returns. In the case of government securities, after the 91 days, you get back your capital plus the interest that you would have earned for the period. In the case of a government bond, after the 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, how much ever long time the bond is, you get back your capital, which is what you would have invested, plus your interest. So, and in the case of bonds, I mean, if we go back to what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks, the bond is being paid semi-annually. So you're actually getting the interest as you go, as opposed to a share where your investment, you have to kind of wait to see your returns at the end of the time.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. That is awesome.
So you just have to manage your risk. I'm not going to say don't buy shares because you're building a portfolio. So you must have some element of shares. Well, not you don't must have, but it's important to diversify.
Yeah, it's advisable.
Yes, but you've already started because you have a riser shares.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, well, again, the information is really pertinent, and the intent is to get you to start investing from being a saver only to being a saver plus an investor, because when you save, you just have it there. When you invest, it grows more.
Yes,
and the intent is to plant and then reap.
Yes, and we have a lot of things. Well, I say we because Ariza is also part of the FIM group, the FIM Financial Information Month, and there are a lot of things coming up. There's a small business workshop. There's actually an investment forum, both for adults and for the youths, because we think the conversation needs to start much earlier than it's been starting. I mean, I know ECSC, that's the same stock exchange, they actually, in partnership, I think, with the brokers, they actually have a competition, investment competition with the schools.
Oh, yeah, getting $50,000 to
yes.
start. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think now it's a good time. I think people are becoming more comfortable with the concept of, hey, we could do better.
Right.
So let's do better.
Yeah, we have to. We have to.
So,
we really have to change that concept. We've gravitated from people hiding their monies under their blankets.
You remember mattress?
Yeah, under the mattress. We got them into putting it into the piggy bank, and now we've diversified it. We have the credit unions and so forth. Now we want to get you from that saving state into a more investing mode.
Okay. And we, just to mention again, I don't know if Josephine mentioned on Monday, but we also have coming up the usual. We have, last year we started a financial lecture series, so it continues this year. Okay. We actually have the information not all day yet, but we actually have a nice topic, excellent presenter, so it should be fun.
Okay, we'll be getting more information about it.
Oh yes, probably next year.
Okay. All right, Miss Sylvester.
I remember.
Thank you for sharing with us this morning. You notice
your dimples out.
I called it out. Yes, Sylvester.
That's all right.
Thank you very much to you and Ariza for sharing with us this morning as usual. It's it's part of your role as a financial institution, not just to encourage people to come save and so forth, but let people attain their fullest financial level of maturity and set them on the merry way.
You need to see people thriving.
Yes. So thanks for sharing with us this morning again.
Thank you for having me here.
And the pleasure is always ours. Folks, that has been Ariza's Money Wise. We take a break. When we come back, we get back into more conversation. It's 12 minutes on to 8 o'clock.
Today's edition of Money Wise was made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
Need a little extra cash to make life easier or just a bit more exciting? Ariza's got you covered. With a Flexi Credit loan, you get up to $25,000 for any purpose. Vacations, home upgrades, back to school, or just a little treat. Get manageable amounts, flexible repayments, and the freedom to top up whenever you need it. No hassle, no pressure, just freedom to live life at your pace. Visit our website or call today and let your dreams take flight with our Flexi Credit Loan. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
Grenadians, get ready to commemorate National Heroes Day on Sunday, October 19th at the former Riviera Hotel site next to Comahorn Park. Grand Dance from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The theme for this year's commemoration, honoring our legacy, inspiring our future. This National Heroes Day commemoration promises to be one to remember with a prayer and worship segment, the spoken word, and a powerful message from our special guest speaker. National Heroes Day Commemoration 2025 will also see the official sword turning on the grounds of the Riviera site, which will then be known as National Heroes and Heritage Park. Sunday, October 19th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. National Heroes Day Commemoration. Monrouge, St. George. See you there.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
World Food Day 2025 is here. October 13th to the 17th under the theme Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future. Monday, October 13th, 4-H School Competition. Tuesday, October 14th, Friendly Chef Contest in collaboration with the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council. Wednesday, October 15th, Eat Your Fruits and Veggie Day among schools, the private and public sector, including public engagements via social media platforms. International World Food Day Day celebrations, Thursday, October 16th. Minister's address and panel discussion. And the curtains will come down with the grand exhibition on Friday, October 17th at the Old Trafford Plainfield Canteen. Make your plans and get on board. Hosted by the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry.
Come on out, Grenada. Let's move to live. Sunday, October 26, 2025. Fitness walk beginning with warm-up at 2 p.m. at Progress Park St. Andrew. Organize your churches, clubs, family, and community. Great prizes to be won. Call 442-7450 to order your t-shirts now. Features and attractions galore to keep you moving. Hosted by the Health and Youth Departments of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists.
All right, folks, it's now 7 minutes, just turned 6 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and we head back to the conversation. Because of the time constraints, we will not deliberate on a specific topic. I'll give you the opportunity to just share what's on your mind this morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Gordon. How are you, sir?
I am alive and so very thankful. How about you?
Good, man. Good. We're doing what we got to do.
Yeah, most importantly.
Right, and do it with faith.
Yes.
And confidence.
Yes.
Hear me now. You were a teacher, and I think you're still a teacher.
Okay.
What do you do as a teacher with a student or a child who does not do the homework?
Well, there are multiple approaches I would take. Firstly, I'd find out why. And after finding out why, once I'm confident that the reason that the child gave is truthful, then we take it from there, because there could be a number of reasons why.
Good, nice, beautiful. So you take a broad spectrum.
Yep. Of
the issue. Right. Now, as a people, as a nation, in the global market, in order to stand firm and to be identified and recognized in a global market, what are the responsibilities of the people of that little nation, or the nation in particular, say Grenada? You could help me answer that question?
I could, but it will be time consuming, so...
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so I accept that. No, my question is it right and just that the Grenadian people should look at themselves internally as a people, internally as an individual, and how your daily action affects the nation as a whole who is in the global market? So that you can have a clear idea as to what the market, the environment, how does the environment see you, and then eventually what will be your identity. It bothers me when I hear a lot of crap coming over the media, and we're not looking at ourselves. You have money matters, you have whatever you have, but how can you spend what you don't have? Look at our budget. The road enclosure. What are some of the causes? Before I leave you, let me say this to you, and this might be a lesson today. Every Grenadian have a responsibility to try and understand or have acquired knowledge in the area of the economy. So I'll put it in simple language. Study or look at the Grenada's economy and its people. And we go further. Don't forget you owe me something. The poultry sector, we have to look at that.
Yeah, I have to bring back the gentleman again. Yeah, so we definitely will.
And because I'll leave some questions for you.
Yes.
All right, sir. Have a great one, beautiful sir.
You too, my friend. Have a good one. Have a good day. Folks, it's 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and I'm accommodating your calls. Let me see what's happening via our WhatsApp platform. All right, and let's go there and say good morning, caller. Good morning. Okay, we seem to not be getting that call. You know the number, it's 435-2041. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
You see, morning innocent, morning to your listeners. You see, that is a problem. This is one of the last callers speak. It talks to the fundamental deficiency in our understanding of life. We are not in a market. Those who have colonized us have placed us in a market, but we don't have to stay in the market. You know what Adam Smith, that encouraged the colonization of life and nature. You see, life, we have to put life at the center of whatever we're doing, not the market. The market is about transaction. This is the problem. Life is about relationship between ourselves, between nature, between ecosystem, and so on. And all we're thinking is about transaction. This is vulgar. No, please. There is a video. I would urge anybody to look at it. The guy who attempted to execute the overthrow of Maduro under the first Trump, the last attempt, which was failed. He have great explanation that people should take cognizance of. Now, the thing about it that is the tentacles are stretched so far and wide. Even Jamaica, Colombia, whole leaders and so on was involved. Although he said in the end he was abandoned. He's facing trial in America right now. But we have to understand this is not no simple thing. This is a real thing, and we have been the other thing about it. The forever war in America right now against black people and colored people. We are not taking the cognizance of it. This is not about what we are led to believe, and we must pay attention to what the other countries in the region are thinking and saying. We're only taking what's coming out of the north. Washington, please. We are really appearing like people who don't have no head. I'll give you another person a little time to talk because I know there's not much time. Thanks.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. 435-2041. We can accommodate just one final call. Let's go to the telephone line and say good morning.
Yeah, good morning. The caller before this one, and he used the market. He used it figuratively. Okay, I just want to correct that. The guy used the market figuratively and not in the terms of economics.
Okay,
he used it figuratively. Sometimes we need to do more listening before we speak. Thanks.
Okay.
Good morning.
Thank you. Have a good one. I want to reach out and say good morning to my good partner, Coffee, the taxi man. And folks, from the media today, we will be laying our comrade David Moraine to rest. And to his family and friends, please be strong, be out there, be supportive to one another, and may his soul rest in peace. Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. Thank you for joining us. Those of you who have to leave us now, have a great day. If you're staying on, we've got the BBC coming up, and of course that will be followed by It's Wednesday Vintage.